Hey, what's up? What's going on? Welcome to English with Dane, a podcast designed to improve your English. As always, I'm your host, Dane, and you can find me on Instagram at English with Dane. If you want a full transcript of this and all future episodes, send me a message, and if you don't use Instagram, send me an email at englishwithdane@gmail.com. Today's episode is about phrasal verbs. Well, and one expression. Specifically, phrasal verbs with ask. We're going to cover 4 of the most common and most useful phrasal verbs that you can add to your day-to-day speech right now. Literally, as soon as you finish this episode, you'll be ready to use them. And we're also going to learn a new expression you're probably not using. So let's dive in. You are listening to the 39th episode of Season 2 of English with Dane. Hit it. Okay, we have officially started the show, so let's talk about phrasal verbs with ask. The first one I want to talk about is maybe the most common one, to ask for, as in to ask someone for something. To ask for means to request, pedir. I asked them for a raise, for example. Les pedí un aumento de sueldo. I asked them for a raise. Remember, to ask means preguntar, but to ask for means pedir. You would never say, nunca dirías, I asked them a raise. It doesn't make sense. This is a phrasal verb you can separate, by the way. It's okay. I asked him for some help is a perfectly correct sentence. Here's another example.
Saito, this isn't your typical corporate espionage. You asked me for Inception. I do hope you understand the gravity of that request.
The next phrasal verb I wanted to talk about is to ask around. To ask around means to ask a lot of different people to get information or help. For example, sorry, I don't know how to get there, but I'm sure if you ask around, someone will help you. This is a phrasal verb that we cannot separate. You cannot say, if you ask them around, or if you ask it around, no. You have to use it together. We asked around, but nobody knew the answer. Here's another example.
So we'll go to all Cynthia's classes and activities, ask around about the drug, and find out who the dealer is.
Yeah, it's just like last time.
The third phrasal verb I want to talk about is to ask out. This means to invite someone on a date, una cita. I think she likes you, you should ask her out. Or he's not ready to ask anyone out because they just broke up. Acaban de romper or dejarlo. As you can see from the examples, it is a phrasal verb that you can separate, no problem. You should ask her out. Another example.
Mom, home. Oh, you remember that girl Joanna I was telling you about?
Yeah, I asked her out today.
Okay, the next phrasal verb is to ask about, which means to ask for information about someone, especially about his or her health. Preguntar por alguien. You ask about someone when you haven't heard from them in a while and you want to know how they're doing. Hey, I ran into Andrea the other day and she was asking about you. You can separate this phrasal verb if you want. You could say, I asked him about you, but that implies a different situation altogether. In that situation, you would be speaking to the person you asked about. Anyway, here's another example.
Dr. Lecter, whose head is in that bottle?
Why don't you ask me about Buffalo Bill?
Well, do you know something about him?
I might if I saw the case file. You could get that for me.
Let's finish off with a common expression, to ask for trouble. To ask for trouble means to do something or act in a way that will very likely result in trouble, difficulty, or danger. It's usually used in the past or present continuous tense. Those kids were asking for trouble when they broke into that man's house. But here's a better example from Back to the Future.
Jennifer Parker called you twice.
I don't like her, Marty. Any girl who calls up a boy is just asking for trouble.
Oh, Mother, there's nothing wrong with calling a boy.
All right, a quick recap before we finish off. To ask for, to request, pedir. I asked them for a raise. To ask around, to ask a lot of different people to get information or help. I'm sure if you ask around, someone will help you. To ask out, to invite someone on a date. I think she likes you, you should ask her out. To ask about means to ask for information about someone, especially about his or her health, right? Preguntar por alguien. Hey, I ran into Andrea the other day and she was asking about you. And lastly, the expression to ask for trouble, to do something or act in a way that will very likely result in trouble, difficulty, or danger.
Any girl who calls up a boy is just asking for trouble.
All right, that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it and that you got something from it. Let me know what you think. Write to me at English with Dane on Instagram or englishwithdane@gmail.com if you don't use Instagram. If you don't already, follow English with Dane on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. And remember, the best way to support English with Dane is to give it a 5-star rating and leave a review. And sharing it, of course. All right, thanks for listening. Talk soon. Bye-bye.